There's no doubting Tyreek Hill's skill in football and domestic violence, but did you know that he's an accomplished liar as well? In this video, we'll hear Tyreek's account of what happened last Sunday in Miami. Then we'll hear from a man who could teach him a thing or two about dishonesty. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With cold, blunt analysis cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's time for the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
Now, I walked through the initial phases of the confrontation between Hill and the cops, and you can watch that video right here. For this video, I brought in the Tiffany Henyard of academia. So let's get right on it.
Tyreek Hill, roughed up by the police before a game. I'm going to break this down. Here's the video.
The Miami-Dade County Police have just released this dramatic new body cam footage of the NFL star Tyreek Hill as he was pulled from his car and placed in handcuffs yesterday.
Get out! Get out!
Gee, nice convenient point to begin the segue. Let's not show what led up to this. We'll just begin at the juicy part, because the first 2 minutes of a video are all that most people watch, and the media knows that.
Get out! Get out! Get out! Damn! What part of blood are you doing this now? Hey, Drew, I'm getting arrested, dude. I'm getting arrested.
You're not being arrested, dummy. I've read your history. You should know what being arrested is like.
I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting out, bro. God damn, twin. When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? I'm getting out, you understand? Not what you want.
And just a few moments later, this happened.
Hold on, bro. I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee, bro.
I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery on my knee. No one gets lied to more than a cop. Here is Tyreek Hill just a few hours later.
He's caught Hill. Foot race. Driving. That is 6. Oh, he's a ghost.
So he was going to play in an NFL game, what, an hour or two later. That must have been scary. I mean, can you imagine that if these cops could hurt him, what an NFL player could do?
There goes the throw, and it's Hill.
I mean, every tackle, every hit could have maimed him for life.
On the move right here is Hill.
I bet the crowd cringed at every hit, wondering, will Tyreek be able to even walk again?
Tagovailoa, deep, caught, 45-yard line.
I just had surgery on my knee, bro. I just had surgery in your ears when we go there. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Hey, Joe New, bro. Back up. Hey, call Drew. Call Drew. Call Drew. Call Drew. Call Drew.
Dana Collins would ask Tyreek Hill about it. Here's the response.
Tell me what was going through your mind in those moments.
Man, for real, you know, I was shocked, man. Like, it's crazy because it all happened so fast, man. But, like, for me, man, like, it just all happened so fast, and I really couldn't, like, gather everything that was happening. So
It didn't happen fast. You had plenty of time to quit acting like a jerk. The cop told you 5 times to get out of the car, and you wouldn't do it. He gave you plenty of warning that they were going to forcibly remove you if you didn't comply. Quit lying.
So it was crazy, you know, and me being a father, me being a husband and all that, man, I would just put myself in that situation like, hey, I got to be smart.
When were you ever smart? Smart people don't get pulled out of their car and pushed to the ground over minor traffic violations. No, you were dumb. And you did dumb things. And the cops did to you what they do to a lot of dumb people.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I wasn't on that kind of energy. Like, I was chilling. Oh! Like, I was following rules. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't moving fast because, you know, I got injuries.
Yeah, he's crippled. Terrible, terrible injuries.
6. Oh, he's a ghost.
Feel me? I got things that I go through. I play a physical sport. I've been doing this for a moment now, man. So I'm dealing with some stuff. So I guess the officers, they felt like I wasn't doing it on their timing, but I was doing it. But you know, man, I'm still kind of shell shocked from it, man.
The lies flow from him with no effort required. Keep in mind, Richey knows he played a football game just hours later. Can he not put two and two together and realize that he was full of it? We'll see.
In a moment like that, obviously, you're reactionary rather than thoughtful and responsive. Because these officers are being completely unreasonable, aggressive, and physical. Broke down more. Here it is.
When the officer came up and knocked on my window, I let my window down, cooperated, gave him my ID, and then I immediately let up my window. And then after that, I let back up my window, and then he came back to the window and was like, "Let your window down now. Let your window down now." And then I let it down. That's when he said, "If you don't let your window down, I'm gonna snatch you out the car." I was like, "Sir, my window is down. Like, what do you want? I'm not trying to cause a scene because, A, if I let my window down, like people walking by, driving by, they're gonna notice that it's me, and they're gonna start taking pictures."
Oh, no, we can't have that. You're a big shot celebrity, and therefore you can't be expected to obey orders by the police, who are mere peons to you. Don't they know the stresses you endure every day from having an adoring fan base and millions of dollars? So you disobey police orders because you didn't want fans taking your picture. Now let's go back to these lies. You had your window rolled up, and it took some time for the officer to get you to roll it down. Then you rolled it back up on him. Then you refused to get out of the car when ordered to do so. Finally, after they pulled you out, you go around claiming that, well, I would have gotten out anyway. Give me a break.
And I didn't want to create a scene at all. Like, I just really wanted to get the ticket and then just go on about my way and then just, just have a great Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because really, like, I really could have just kept going to the stadium, but I really just pulled to the side, just chilling. Because I was that close to the stadium. Like, I was that close to, like, our entry level I was that close to the players' entry level.
No, you can't just keep driving because you're close to your destination. That's not how it works. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You're a big NFL star. What was I thinking? And you say that all you wanted to do was just make this thing go smoothly, get your ticket, and be on your way. But you did everything in your power to make this complicated. If you had been polite, rolled your window down when you were supposed to, and not roll the window up on the cop, you wouldn't have been on your way. Nothing would have happened, and you might even gotten off with a warning. But no, you had to be a jerk. And this is what happens. By the way, you'll notice that the CNN interviewer here, she's not from the Young Turks. This is a CNN broadcast. She plays the role of the nodding ass. She's going to affirm everything he's saying. She's totally bought into everything he's dishing out here. So you'll see her going, oh, yeah. You'll see that all the time. There isn't an ounce of skepticism in this broadcast.
And then from that moment, the guy came from the back. He was like, "Hey, get out." He was like, "Hey, I'm about to snatch you out the car or whatever." You know what I'm saying? And then it just all unfolded from there because I was going to get out my car.
Why should we believe you? You were not cooperating with anything before. But of course, well, I was going to get out of the car. Easy to say after they pull you out by force.
And I saw that you said if you weren't Tyreek Hill, that you feared this could have ended a lot differently. What do you think could have happened?
Yeah, like, so the crazy part about it is I hate talking like this.
Then don't.
Man, but because I have a kid fan base. But the reality of it is, it's the truth. If I wasn't Tyreek Hill, worst case scenario, we would have had a different article, Tyreek Hill, got shot in front of Hard Rock Stadium, or that's worst case scenario, or Tyreek Hill, put in handcuffs and taken in and booked, but.
So you're complaining that you were not arrested. Consider Daniel Shaver. He wasn't a big famous celebrity like you, Tyreek. He didn't have adoring fans. While the world clutches pearls over you getting pushed to the ground, Daniel was shot to death crawling across the floor while begging for police not to shoot him. But enough about Daniel's problems. How was your day, Tyreek?
It's crazy that, me and my family had to go through this.
Extremely unfortunate. Put up the picture full mask. I'm going to give you some background and also some updates. So just hours after being aggressively
He's going to give you some lies.
detained, as you just saw, by the Miami-Dade police, Tyreek Hill made his first score of the 2024 NFL season with an 80-yard touchdown reception against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The catch was the longest scoring catch of his NFL career. After the play, Hill, with the help of wide receiver Jalen Waddle, stood in the end zone with his hands behind his back, allowing Waddle to restrain him as if Hill was under arrest. Transforming, it's called transmutation, all right? They were transforming a negative into something that could be a little more lighthearted.
No, it's not lighthearted. It's a lesson for all the young black kids out there. You don't have to follow police orders. In fact, you shouldn't. Be as arrogant and nasty as you want. And you can be just like Tyreek and have Rashad Richey smiling over your exploits. You just got done telling us that if Tyreek wasn't a big celebrity, my God, the police could have shot him. But now you're saying, well, this was a lighthearted moment, having a good time with it. Now, if this was truly a potentially tragic moment, one where a kid could have been killed if he wasn't a celebrity, why are you making light of it? The truth is, you know it's a big lie. If that had been somebody other than Tyreek, some Joe Schmo, he wouldn't have been shot. I don't care what color he was. I have said it many times. The unjustified killing of anybody, black, white, male, female, is an extremely rare event. And of course, I'm talking about police shootings. And I have a feeling that deep down, you know that. However, you're pushing this agenda because it makes you money. And it makes you feel like a victim, because that's what you guys love so much. You want to feel like victims. It's self-pity, and it's pathetic.
Director Stephanie V. Daniels, put her up. This is an important note for this whole thing. Stephanie V. Daniels, she has now initiated an internal affairs investigation into the incident, adding that one of the officers involved has already been placed on administrative duties. Quote, committed to transparency and accountability to the community with any situation involving my officers. All right. So Stedman Stahl, president of the South Florida Police Benevolent Association, defended the actions of the officers involved, saying, quote, upon being stopped, Mr. Hill was not immediately cooperative with the officers on scene who pursued the policy and for their immediate safety placed Mr. Hill in handcuffs. Mr. Hill, still uncooperative, refused to sit down on the ground and was therefore redirected to the ground. Once the situation was sorted out, within a few minutes, Mr. Hill was issued 2 traffic citations and was free to leave. In this case, while we will wait for the investigation to run its course based on what we know, we stand with the actions of our officers, but look forward to further open communication moving forward. And this is why people don't like police unions. You can guarantee that the police union is going to have a statement that simply turns blind eye. They turn a blind eye to what? To the citizen, to the individual, to the community, but they will always support the criminal actions of cops, the policy breaking of the cop. They don't care.
As opposed to you, Rashad would take away the officer's rights to legal defense if he could. I mean, he literally would support legislation that would strip a person of legal counsel if charged with a hate crime. I'm not exaggerating. Rashad, you don't care if the cop is in the right or not. I cannot recall a single instance where a black man had a confrontation with an officer that you backed the officer, no matter the circumstances. He is so pathetic that he even claimed in the title of one of his videos that Andre Fortson was killed by a cop, even though a cop wasn't even at the scene. Fortson was an innocent bystander of a gang shooting. You can see the video of that one right here. And don't forget his attacking of Officer Preston Hemphill for the death of Tyree Nichols, even though Hemphill wasn't at the scene of that incident either. He doesn't care.
All right, so put up the mayor, Miami-Dade.
Oh no. My advice to the officers, get the hell out of Dodge. I can look at her and tell you right away exactly how she's going to rule on this.
Daniela Cava, meanwhile, praised the, quote, immediate steps taken by the MDPD in the aftermath of the incident to investigate what occurred. Quote, in recent years, our nation has confronted important conversations on the use of force, and the internal review process will answer questions about why the troubling actions shown in public video footage were taken by the officer. Yeah. Public opinion, mayor, and director are all on the same page.
I don't care who is on whose page. This is about the truth of what happened and how that aligns to the law and policing policies. The mayor can go pound sand. She has no say in this. This is why you need independent investigations and not witch hunts driven by local politicians and mob organizers like Richey. Remember the shooting of Jacob Blake? The city of Kenosha turned it over to the state, and the state investigated it and came up with a sensible report based on the facts. Yeah, their report angered people. Too bad. The state got it right. Remember Michael Brown? The DA turned over all of the evidence to the grand jury. The mob was mad that the DA turned over everything. They actually wanted the DA to withhold any evidence that exonerated Officer Wilson. Well, the grand jury looked at the evidence, interviewed the witnesses, and came to the absolutely correct result that there was not enough evidence to even take Wilson to trial, mostly because witnesses fabricated the narrative on what happened. And yeah, everyone was mad, but Officer Wilson was innocent. That didn't stop the mob from driving him out of town, but what can you do? And I will say this. If the Kenosha DA had turned over the evidence to a grand jury, Kyle Rittenhouse would never have even been prosecuted, and we all would have been better off for it. No one should care about the mob's feelings.
But once again, the question is, based on what our dear brother said, if he was not an athlete, would this have ended the same way for him? According to him, no. This would have ended worse if he did not have some of those protections that celebrity could bring you.
Tyreek Hill is not an expert on what would happen to him if he wasn't rich and famous. This is the old, if he was somebody else, what would have happened logic. Every time someone has a run-in with the law and comes out alive, they always play this game. If Hill was not famous, they would just say, what if he was younger? This tired logic is based on nothing. Millions of black dudes get pulled over by the police every year without anything bad happening to them. Unjustified shootings of any race are extremely rare, but you make it sound like it's a given.
All right, Sharon, thoughts here.
Gang violence in Miami is rampant. And the gangs, of course, I'm talking about, showed up in uniform and acted a fool and put everybody in jeopardy, including the passersby or the, hey, they're clowns. I'll reserve judgment because I'm not so sure. You and I have seen it happen before.
Okay, I can't stand any more of her. Okay, that's enough. I mean, Rashad is bad enough. In my next video, I'll tell you what Tyreek Hill is really like. The guy who made Rashard Richey smile so much because he scored a touchdown. The guy who's the inspiration for all those youth. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.